Hi,
I'm Greg,
I'm Steve.
and welcome to All Things Conversational.
It's been a hot minute,
Yeah, that's what I was saying when we got in here. I felt like I hadn't seen you in a while.
and it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
It's unusual for us, but it's
Yeah.
that time of the year.
Yeah, where it feels like summertime at all times.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. So it's nice to get back into the studio and record some things and have some conversations
yeah, and
and
get things fixed because all of our cameras and
yeah,
our lights, everything felt like it'd been moved,
yeah. I think it could have been just also a little bit of us as well.
shifting it,
Yep,
kicking it sometimes.
yep, yep. So we got it all back. We're all good to go now,
Yeah.
and we're ready to talk.
Yeah. So I have some good ideas today, or I have some ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see if they're any good.
Well, we'll see.
Um,
See if we can make it good.
But what I wanted us to do
Uh-oh.
was to dive into a little bit of like what's changed over the last however long we've been doing this.
A year.
Year-ish.
This is episode 41, I think.
Yeah, but
With some breaks. We're probably at a year. I think we're probably
I
right
would
around a
say
year of real recording.
yeah, we spent a couple months messing around with setup and whatever.
Just messing things up.
Yeah. But a year of doing this, but like a year of growth
All sorts
in
of
everybody's
things.
business
Yeah.
and blah 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 blah. So it was a sort of like a small check-in.
Yeah.
And I started today thinking, hey, what if, are there any habits, systems, or things that you took from this in the last year to implement?
Yeah.
And you're like, not really. We brought up, hey, you were journaling for a bit.
That was terrible.
It didn't work, eh?
Did not work for me.
Why not?
I just honestly think that it was not something I was enjoying enough doing.
Okay.
Um, and,
That's
and
like the be all end all.
Yeah, like, and if you don't enjoy doing something,
Yeah.
stop doing it, right? Like, I have to keep enough notes in my
hmm
life for my business that I just think that at some point I was just like, enough's enough. I don't, I'm not going to go back and rehash.
Yeah, you're not going to
The,
do it just for the sake of the exercise.
yeah, and it wasn't enjoyable to me anymore. And I thought I'd try to go back to it because I got a daily reminder at 8 o'clock. Hey, make a note in
Yep.
your journal. And I just, even with that note and that reminder, I don't pick it up.
Yeah. It's
So,
like you said, it's just not enjoyable enough. You're not getting
yeah,
enough out of it.
no.
Um, and I asked if there was anything else that you've implemented that had
Yeah,
maybe
I
gone
think
successfully.
I think this whole process of getting in front of a camera and practicing what I preach and doing not only this, but my Monday morning messages and sending stuff out to clients via video for me been, it's been journaling. That's really
Hmm.
doing the video is I do it. It's basically a vlog every week,
Yeah, so
right? So
like I'm happy you picked that because I think that's one of the biggest things, and I would like put it in the same category as something
I was
that
going to
I've
ask you, yeah, what do
for me it
you?
was like more social,
Yep,
social media stuff.
yep,
Being social on social media is also the big one,
yeah,
meaning
well,
like actually talking to people there
yep,
and interacting with them. Um, but I think for you, it was like you said, it's one of those. I'm now practicing what I preach
yeah,
to all the agents, which is like um try to do things that are different, I think, right? Because that differentiates you.
yep.
Try to do something that you don't want to do slash kind of scares you slash makes you
Oh,
feel nervous slash
uncomfortable, I think
uncomfortable is a good way to say it.
probably the best word for it,
Because
yeah.
even the other week, I forced you to do a recording for something.
Oh my god, TikTok,
Yeah,
yes,
that's what it was. Because you said
yes.
the goal was to
Kept
start.
putting it off and putting it off and putting it
Yeah,
off.
and I was like, hey, just record it right now.
Yep,
Um, rip the band-aid off and just do it.
yep, ripped it off, and then I got a bunch of people, even one of Aiden's buddies last night, "Hey, I saw your TikTok, I liked it for you."
Really?
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of nice.
yeah.
Um, so I think suffice it to say, the big thing that I guess for both of us that has changed that you've started to implement would be this thing semi regularly and social media
Yeah, I
and
think
like the whole video aspect of it.
yeah, and getting comfortable. I mean, partially was we set the studio up downstairs
hmm
and then moved up here. But just being able to hop in and record a quick video to anybody that needs it.
Yeah,
I don't like doing it from my phone. I haven't got to that point yet where I can just hold the phone like this and go, hey, hey,
there's
hey.
something different about that.
Yeah, there is a
It's
definitely not as
trickier.
it's trickier, but it's
It's
also
cumbersome to me. You
yeah,
have to like Your
I'd
hand is
almost
out and
I'd almost wanna have a tripod
yes.
with me at all times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One,
And then you're a real influencer who's vlogging at all times.
yeah, right? Like, I don't understand people that can do this stuff all the time, right? Like, to me, it's a tool, right? It's a tool to, uh, communicate, but it's also a tool to demonstrate your knowledge, your expertise, etcetera, and I think that's really where it has come in handy for me is, sometimes it's just us talking about things and it's like all of a sudden, "Oh, hey, we can do this, or we can do this, or we can do this." And a lot of it comes from just the conversations that you and I have that kind of lead us to something, right? I think a lot of the times when I'm doing things, I'm doing them in a kind of this silo of, okay, I'm the broker and I have to, is this going to work? Is this going to work? And coming in and getting in front of the camera and talking or talking to you makes it a lot easier for me to go, okay, now that I've spoken it and I
Yeah.
put it out there, it makes more sense. And yeah, this is going to work.
Sometimes just even saying the thought out loud
Yeah.
and you go, wait a minute, that sucks.
Well, this whole thing started as a thought out loud.
Yeah, fair.
Right?
Yeah.
When you think about it. So, I think that's been a truly great, thing for me. I see your video content all the time, especially the stuff you take out of here, but also when you do those little mortgage
Yeah.
packs and stuff like that. So, I think even for you, it's kind of put you in this position where, okay, now we're getting some visibility, people are seeing it, and they're not necessarily seeing the podcast, but now all of a sudden, because we've opened up, and started to get in front of the camera more, it's drawing people to some of our shorts and some of those other things that we put out. So I think that's been probably the biggest takeaway from the last year.
Meaning like how much you've seen that it's useful or
Yeah, useful, I think is huge. Like, a year ago, I would never have thought of sitting down and recording a 20-minute training video
yeah.
or video that I can share with clients. It just was never on
Mhm.
my radar.
Nor did you see the kind of time saving factor of it, right?
Oh,
Like
the time saving factor is
you
massive.
don't factor that in initially.
No.
And for me, I've been using video with clients for a while. Like we've mentioned in the past, I use it for signing packages,
Sure, yeah,
and I cannot imagine having to run through that in person
right?
or like
Like our RICO book, our 12-page document that we have to explain. I created a video out of it with a slide deck and just recorded it and 2 shots and I was done. It's 20 minutes and realistically, yeah, like you get to the point where you're so much more comfortable in front of a camera and a microphone. I think the microphone scares people as much as the camera because the microphone catches the right?
yeah, you got to be a
So
little more polished
you
with what
gotta
you
be a
say, or
little
you
bit more.
think you have to be more
Yeah, and I
polished.
don't think necessarily the consumer cares, to
No.
be honest with you. I'm
Also, don't
not.
forget, nobody's really listening.
Yeah, but for my video that I'm sending out to my clients,
Yeah.
they have to listen to it, right? Like, it's one of those things, like, they can say they listen to it, but,
Hmm.
they're supposed to, watch that. So, for me to sit down and record a 20-minute video just with sitting here and doing this was easy,
Yeah.
right? Whereas a year ago, I would have been beating my head against the wall and recording 30 times trying
Going
to
for the perfect
going for the
one.
perfect one, which just doesn't exist,
No,
right?
you got to understand that it's not going to be perfect and you're going to have to just let it be.
Yeah.
Like done is better than perfect.
Oh, 100%.
Um, so, okay. So we figured out getting in front of the camera, starting to do some videos, starting to do some social stuff. That's one thing that's changed over the last year since we
Yep.
started this kind of journey. And I would say it's a journey,
Yeah, yeah.
meaning like we've learned a ton. We have so much more that we have to learn. Um, is there anything that you think you'd be changing about the way you're doing videos, the way you're approaching this whole like social media kind of
Um,
world now?
yeah, I think, and it's funny because I brought my tech bag with me today. I don't know why I grabbed it from the
Did you bring
house.
that other mic?
Yes, in my truck.
Okay.
All of it's in my truck. So I brought all this stuff in today because I was thinking to myself about how I can do other things.
Uh-huh.
And we've joked about going on the golf course and recording on the golf course, et cetera, et cetera. But for me, like, okay, I brought my DLSR. Well, okay, do I really need my DLSR? No, but is there something I can do with it? So I kind of brought my tech, and I thought I'm going to lay it all out and see what I have and how can I incorporate some of that stuff into what I'm doing. Right. And we have a photographer that does all our listing stuff, but that doesn't mean that, going and just dropping a mic somewhere and having a conversation with somebody, and just talking, business or doing whatever. It doesn't have to be you and me. It could be anybody.
Mhm.
I tried with one of my comrades the other day about hopped on the remote link with her
Okay.
to see how it worked, and it works great, except for the fact that one's at a decent length away from the camera, and the other one's like right in the camera's face because she's using the
She's
one
using the
on the
Mac
back,
camera or
right?
whatever. Yeah, but
So it does tweak it or change it a little bit. But for me, I brought that bag in because I thought I've got all this tech that's not getting used.
Mhm.
What can I do with it? And it was just a fluke that I put it in the truck today. Like I
Good.
just, so it's kind of good to pull it out after we're done recording and say, okay, what can we,
Mhm.
what can we do with this? My lapel mics and all of that stuff and all, that kind of
I
stuff, right?
think that's the other unexpected angle is you get to start being a little creative again.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
uh,
not a creative person, so this
yeah,
is the
and
fun
I'm
part
not
of it.
saying you're out here, making paintings or
Yeah,
like
no, no, no.
you get to start thinking like, "Hey, what if I did this or what if I did that?" Like the one social media thing that has surprised me, well, two, I would say. One is how much reach little stuff can have.
Yeah,
You don't expect it to hit the people that it hits, and you don't expect the response that you get. And the other one is how much people resonate with just everyday things.
yeah,
And that's when it's started to make me kind of go creative. Like the other day, I posted something. I got stuck at one of the bridges on the canal. And I posted to Instagram and was like, "Oh, I took a gamble,"
yeah.
or something along those lines. Like I took a gamble and I lost or whatever. The amount of messages that I got from people
Oh, really?
who were like, "Hate that bridge, been there," like messages on messages on, and I was like, "Huh,
Yeah,
that's interesting,"
yeah.
because it,
Because you're tugging on something that means something to somebody.
yeah, but it was also just so
Spontaneous?
spontaneous, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Huh,
What am I gonna do?
what am I gonna do?" And you had this like moment of like, "Ah,
May as well make use of it.
who else has been here?"
Yeah,
And all of a sudden, you're like, "A lot of us have been here."
yeah,
Um, so that side has been kind of fun, and I think now that you're saying like you got your big bag of goodies,
yeah,
cameras, GoPros, tripod, your mics, your this, your
yeah.
that, and all of a sudden you start thinking like,
What can I do with it?
yeah, and like I know we joke about the golf thing for the day, but like we could
Oh, yeah, totally now.
easily
Yeah.
shoot. It doesn't have to be a full episode, but you
No.
go a question a hole or
Yeah.
something like that, or like
Oh, I love that idea.
a segment per
Questionable.
hole, right?
Yep.
Something crazy where you're like, that'd be fun to do. Like,
Yeah, and I think some of it is, we get so caught up in it being work
hmm,
that it's not necessary. The consumer doesn't always care about the real estate aspect of it. Sometimes they wanna know who you are, and by doing some of those fun things with it, it gives you that opportunity to
it
for them to
humanizes
see,
you.
yeah, it humanizes you, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to, just being this guy behind a microphone,
Spitting off things about
real estate or
contracts
whatever
and
that
the market.
yeah, right? So, I think that's a great, thing for me anyway, that, the desire to wanna do more with it. Um
So it's grown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to do this. Like, I want to do the podcast, but I never wanted to do a video podcast. I never wanted, like, I always wanted it to just be a
Oh,
podcast. And then when we turned it into video, I was like, okay, well, let's do this.
I
So,
didn't know that.
oh, yeah. But because YouTube makes it so easy, right? To post it.
Wasn't it your idea to do video podcast?
No, originally it was never going to have cameras.
Whose
So
idea was it to put cameras
I
in?
have no idea how we ended up with cameras. But that's the way it goes, right? Like sometimes you try something
Okay.
and you're like, I said to that video the other day of, hey, this is what I always envisioned the desk to be
Yeah.
like, right? Like, so you start to think about, okay, what's next, right? Like, what can we do next, right? Like I used to have a drone that would follow you. So you could wear a lapel mic,
Mhm.
record to the drone.
That'd be fun to bring on the course too if we
Yeah,
did.
they
Yeah.
won't let you.
For real?
No, no, liability issues. So, and my drone's too big now. Like I need to get a small toy drone. Like
What do you have?
I've got a full size Mavic, so I need a license to and operating license.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah, so you know, it's one of those things that you know I want to do something else. Right? I love doing this, but what can we add to this? And that's what I usually think of in the back of my head sometimes as we're sitting here. What can we do next?
Interesting. Well,
Yeah,
let's take a break there and we'll come back. We can dive into that a little bit.
sure, sounds good to me. Talk to you in a minute.
Wake up to the world you've been missing. Time to jump out of bed in the morning. No day, no life, now we're living. Can you feel it in the air that you're
Welcome
breathing?
back.
Hi.
Hi.
So just before the break, we were talking kind of about, well, what has changed in the last year? What have you started to implement, if anything, that we've kind of gotten from this whole podcast journeys and
Mm,
business growth and blah, 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 blah. And we kind of nailed this down to the whole topic of getting in front of a camera, starting to do a little more social media stuff, marketing, whatever you really want to call it.
yeah, sure.
Um, and you mentioned that your mind always goes to more.
Yeah,
What else can I do that's like additional to do something fun? And we kind of touched on the creative side of it too.
yeah,
It lets you flex that muscle
yeah.
in whatever capacity that is that you have. So now when you think, okay, from last year I was doing nothing on socials. I wasn't posting anything on YouTube. Wasn't posting anything to TikTok, like Instagram, nothing. Maybe Facebook posts you had like every
Yeah,
now and then.
yeah, and most of them were stills, like
Right.
very,
Like a
very,
static
very,
post, a
yeah,
picture,
static
whatever.
memes or whatever the case may be. Yep,
Um, to now you post, you have a podcast, you have
yep,
a, a YouTube channel,
all of those
you
things.
got your whole weekly videos that go out to the agents
Yep, the whole
themselves.
video series. Yeah,
And you're slowly starting to do your own social stuff.
yeah.
So what is next? Like what kind of gets you all giddy to be like, "Ooh, it'd be fun to record a series on this," or "It'd be fun to record."
One of the things I keep going back to, and you and I have talked about it countless times, is finding the right client to do a day in the life or
Oh,
the
yeah.
process with, right? So, one of the things that I always want, you know, we've talked about it before, is nobody knows what we do behind the scenes, what goes into prep, what goes into marketing, what goes like a lot of people will post, oh, it's video day, and you know, they got the videographer there, and they're, you know, they're recording the video for the property for that day, but there's so many hours of work that go into posting anything like that before you get there.
Mhm,
And I think the consumer would be, you know, benefit from this. You know, here's what the process looks like from the time you first meet that client
mhm.
to right through the, you know, hand over of keys and closing day and those things. The hard part with that is it's got to be the right client because they have to be as comfortable with you as with the camera, and not all people are want to have their lives splattered
Yeah,
like we do
what
all
if
over
we just
social media.
ask? What if we posted on Instagram?
Yeah, but they gotta be a client, right? So, it's
So
gotta be a
what if you say, "Hey, listen, we're looking for somebody to."
yeah, I mean, it's worth a try. I've got a buyer right now that I worked with before, and they stepped away, and now they're back,
Okay,
who are young enough that I think that
it would resonate with
it would
them.
resonate with them. Um, because it's going to be a journey for them because it's their first house, and that the perfect clients I had, it was too cold, it was too miserable out all the time, because they would have been perfect for it. But it's just now it's just a matter of finding the right person to say, okay, let's just record, you know, 5 minutes together, you know, with the phone and the lapel mics and go from there. So I think that's an easy one to do that I want to do, but I also want to get for those who don't know, we hired it, a legal law
Mhm.
firm.
I
Um,
found that out the other day. I walked in
on a
there and I was
visit.
like, "Oh, I went to exit." And I
Yeah,
walked in there and I was
can't
like,
use that anymore.
"Hey,"
Yeah,
and she's like, "Hey."
that's Bella. So Bella, and then Jordan is going to be starting her courses in September. So I'd love to get the two of them in on their path to growing business and kind of, have the conversations with them, how are you doing your business? How are you growing and how are you doing this stuff? From the ground
You
up.
really like the idea of a long series for
I
stuff.
do. I because it's like that engagement. It brings the people back, right?
I still
Hopefully.
think you could post and ask the same way we did for guests.
Yeah, which is another thing. That's one other thing I want to get. I
Yeah,
really want to get our
we're
guests
we're
sort of.
like we're chipping away towards that one.
Mm,
But to me, if we were just to post, hey, we're looking for a set of buyers or sellers and buyers
yep.
who are willing to
Have
document their journey with
have some
us
fun
on
along the
this whole
way.
thing.
Yep. 100%.
There are no expectations. Like if we don't like the way this turns out,
You can just delete it.
we can delete it.
Yeah. And it
Uh,
won't take too much of your time. It's not like we're going to be there for hours and hours setting up and
yeah.
raw footage. Yeah, that's that one to me is that would be fun. But I also think that I've never done really an information session based stuff. I could do it for the team, but I don't
Mhm.
put it out there for the public.
What do you mean?
So why do you sign an amendment versus a notice of fulfillment? Why is it important to sign a buyer's agency document as opposed to just going out and looking at houses? Those kind of things, I think, are the one area that, you know, not enough people talk about.
This is why sign an amendment instead of a notice of fulfillment? This came up the other day.
It depends on the situation. So a notice of fulfillment and an amendment and a waiver can all do the same thing.
Uh-huh.
But
That's what we were looking for, an
if you're
NOF,
used,
but they gave us an amendment
yeah,
that
so you don't need the amendment or you don't need the NOF if it's deleted from the amendment. The
okay.
function of a waiver, an amendment, or a notice of fulfillment is to remove a piece of a piece of the contract from that contract, to clean up that contract and remove conditions from the contract. Whether you do it via a notice of fulfillment or waiver, the only thing I say to is if you're using a waiver, for example, it usually means that you didn't do something or you did it and you just don't really, care how it's removed. A notice of fulfillment really should only be used if you've actually done it. So if you do, let's say, for example, you have a financing, a
Mhm.
cost of
Condition of finance.
condition of financing, and you have a condition of home inspection.
Mhm.
You get the financing, and you're like, yeah, I don't
Home
care about the home
inspections
inspection. You're not going to do a notice of fulfillment on the home inspection because there's an inference
that you
that
fulfill the condition.
you've done it, right?
Okay.
With a waiver, you're just removing it from the thing. Where you use an amendment is usually when you want to get
Remove
something
it out.
from the seller. So you say, okay, I want a price reduction of $5,000. For that $5,000, we're going to tell you today that we're going to firm up on this deal and we're going to remove the home inspection and financing condition. Once you sign that document, I get my $5,000, you get your house sold.
Yeah.
That's usually the difference.
Interesting.
But they all serve the same purpose.
That's why I asked, because this just came up the other day on something.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey,
I get pushback all the time on it, and it's just because people kind of put their own spin on what a document is, and the document, reasoning is usually pretty sound why you do something.
yeah. My only concern was whether or not the lender was going to push back on needing an NOF versus the amendment. But when I read it, I was like,
It does the same
it
thing.
did the same thing, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't. I'm actually meant to call you about it, but
No.
anyways, that's why I wanted.
You're the second person that had that problem last week.
Really?
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah.
Interesting. I forgot. Oh, because you wanted to talk about educational
Yeah, so
content.
I think that kind of stuff is valuable not only to like to our agents and to
Mhm.
other
It's
agents, but
valuable to everybody. Like, listen, just because.
yeah, just because you're not selling a house right now doesn't mean that information is not going to help you down the road. You get into a situation where you're questioning it like you were, to grab that clip and send it to the underwriter and say, here's why. And then the underwriter's got an explanation as to
That would
what the
actually be
reason
kind
is.
of cool.
Right now, you've got that tool in your toolbox to say, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah.
It's like when appraisal comes in short, right? Appraisal comes in short. Okay, well, the appraisal comes in short, but that doesn't really mean a lot when your ratios are 20-25 and you've got room within your TD and GD. So you've got things that you can use, tools at your disposal if the appraisal comes up short.
Yeah, as long as you're not going to 80% loan
As
to
long as you're not
value.
going 80 loan to value, right?
That's
But
when your
again,
goose is cooked.
there's always these scenarios that where, if this happens, this happens, this happens,
Yeah.
this happens. So sometimes having that spelled out, like tenant issues, right? Like, what do you do when you got a tenant in a property? Is it a great time to sell with a tenant? Who knows? Like, there's so many things that you could put out there that I think would be hugely beneficial. The problem is when you put that stuff out there, and I hate to be I don't want to be negative about it, but the trolls get out,
Yeah, but you
right? Like, I belong to a bunch of real estate Facebook groups.
okay.
Okay, I'm not an expert on all things real estate,
Uh-huh.
but I'm an expert on what we do.
Uh-huh.
At least I think I am. And people, come to me, other brokers, et cetera, because, I'm so involved with this stuff. So people come to me and say, well, why do you do this? Like, mutual releases is the biggest thing that I get grief about. And I just say to them, listen, this is this. When I go back to them and explain it to them, they're like, huh, nobody's ever explained it to me. And I wish I just had this resource of things. Watch this video. Watch this video.
Yeah.
Watch the video, because it will help you long term. It'll help the consumer. I mean, if you work for me or not, it doesn't really make a difference. If you're better at what you do, it's going to make my realtors' lives easier.
That's the big
Right?
thing that I think you're pushing is like, listen, I don't care if you're doing this under my umbrella, but if we all just did this
Mm-hmm.
the right way, it'd make all of our jobs easier. So that's a good direction to take a YouTube channel.
100%. That's what my personal broker record YouTube channel should really, really be.
Yeah.
But what I was going originally to bring it back to was I'm in those Facebook groups,
Yeah.
and there's so many people out there that they'll post a question, and then you'll get 20 people all putting their opinions. And then there's one of the moderators in our group is fantastic. She knows her stuff, and she'll just say, "You're just wrong." And she'll call out the whole stream of people, and she'll say, here's the reason for it, here's the legality for it, and here's the you're like, this is the kind of stuff that can kind of side rail you.
Yeah,
And you
because
gotta be careful with,
I guess
right?
you have to learn. Something I posted on Facebook a couple weeks ago had somebody comment on it. I think it was Facebook. Doesn't matter. Something on social media I posted. I don't even remember what the post was, but somebody else who I'd like know on the periphery posted something and was like, "Yeah, but this only applies if blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And I had to answer to be like
Well, then you get into what I call the pissing contest,
a little bit,
right?
what I just answered was like, "Hey," I don't remember what I said, but it was essentially just like, "Not the case, Solway," or blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. You answered it, but it was funny to me because I had like a knee jerk reaction to be like, "Well, he's wrong.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's saying."
Yeah.
But then you had to frame it and phrase it in a way that
You're not being argumentative.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went, all right, anyways, done with that.
And you just step away.
You step away is exactly it.
Right. And you can't get dragged into those things. So that's why
You shouldn't
one of
let yourself.
well, and that's where one of the areas where YouTube is far superior to social media, right? Because it's not a social platform, it's a search engine, right? So they're
Yeah.
there to try and learn if they're coming back and watching stuff, right? They're not coming back there to get into pissing contests. Where on Facebook, that's all it can turn into an hour back and forth, and you just lost an hour of your life that you're never getting back trying to fight with somebody who has no idea what they're talking
The
about.
funny thing is I think a lot of times the effort you put into it, like if you all of a sudden start answering these messages, you're trying to come into it from a perspective or a point of view that is like, hey, listen, let me show you why maybe you're not right, and like so you have the right information, right?
Yeah.
And it comes from a place of wanting to help, I guess.
Yep.
And the funny part is sometimes people just want to watch the world burn.
Yes.
It's the only way to describe it,
That's
right?
a great way of putting
And
it.
so they're there, and
They're not there to learn. They're there to fight.
they're there just to stir the pot. And I say this
Yeah.
because I have a friend who used to do this.
Oh,
He would go into Facebook groups, get added in just to stir the pot.
and I always wonder, like, I used to get in Twitter fights all the time back when it was Twitter
I remember you
with
saying this
with people. I
actually.
used to get into it with American politicians and I used to think that it was beneficial to me,
Hmm.
and all it was doing was giving me stress.
Right.
So I
Raising
just
blood
I
pressure,
actually
getting you all
took
riled up.
I took Twitter off my phone.
No way.
100%. Like, if I need Twitter, it's usually to go in and check Canadian Niagara Power or something when the hydro goes
I
on.
love it for sports.
Okay, I don't use it for sports. I use
Whenever
Instagram
something
Reels for that.
happens, a lot of times for injuries,
Oh, okay.
the first thing I do is go to Twitter. I
Yeah.
guess X. I
Ah,
still call it Twitter.
me too.
I go to X and I type in because everybody's always got all the angles.
Yep.
Everybody's always got a take. They're like, oh, high ankle sprain. Oh, it looks like this. It looks like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing for that.
It's funny when we were in Cincinnati for the Bengals game with the Bills on
Okay.
New Year's Day,
Yeah.
and what's his name died on the field.
Hamlin.
Hamlin died on the field. We were all around
Trying to see what was up.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
It was the one place where everybody went to post about it. And I'll never forget that. Like,
you guys
it was-
weren't there for that?
Yeah, we saw all 9 minutes of the football game. Yeah, on the field watching him die. Yeah, it was weird.
It was Hamlin, right?
Yeah.
DeMar.
Damar Hamlin.
Hamlin,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny because I was in the arena when the whatchamacallit, the goalie from the Ice Dogs got the artery in his leg sliced open, and there was a whole pool of blood. Like, I've seen some gruesome stuff at sports events.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that was going back 4 or 5 years now, and he got his leg skated over, and they ended up, yeah.
Oh, that's
It
gnarly.
was nasty.
Stay away from
So,
my sports games.
right? No kidding. So yeah, but so for me, there's so many places that you can take this stuff. It's just a matter of then there becomes, and I think everybody needs to know, is this takes a lot of time, right? Like, this is not like we're into this for however long, and I'm talking about adding things, and there's only so many hours in a week that you
Uh-huh.
can do it. So I end up doing a lot of this stuff at night while I'm chilling and illing at home, and and realistically, it is what I
It
put
is
the
couch work.
It is total
The
couch
other
work.
day, I had wanted to do something, like post something social, and I was gonna do it midday, like in the middle of the workday, and I was like, don't do this now.
Yeah.
I go, this is like not puttering around work, but like you can do this while watching FIFA.
Yep.
You could do this later. You can there's other stuff you need to be doing right
Oh,
now.
100%. And I always look at it and say, okay, can I call, like, when I'm working at 10 o'clock at night on this kind of stuff, I'm not talking to clients. They're
No,
not
yeah,
calling.
you do have a
Like,
little bit of a focused
I got
window.
a focus window
Yeah.
where it's just this, and I don't have to worry about somebody's going to call me and say, hey, can you deal with this, and this? I can focus on that stuff, and it's okay to have your phone on do not disturb at 10 o'clock at night versus 4 in the afternoon when people are trying to get a hold of you. Right. So it's, I will say, listen, as much as this is work, and we sometimes don't know what we're going to talk about, it
Mhm.
is the most fun that I have doing this stuff, because it is about growing your knowledge of what we do, right? Like, people say all the time, well, do you read a lot about books and stuff? Like, I don't read jack. I watch a lot of stuff, right? Like, I get a lot of my knowledge from, going and partaking in video conferences and those kind of things. I just think that everybody needs to have something like this in their repertoire. I really do.
There's also a little bit of accountability side of it, a little somebody to
Yeah, like, push you a little bit.
push you. That's a good way to say it.
Right. Like, you're not, like, nobody forces us to come in and do this. We force each other.
Mhm.
Hey, what do when's good to record this? We got to get ahead of the schedule. We got to do this. We got to do this. Got to do this. That's great. Like,
And
that's
I will say I think on both sides of it, there's always effort.
Yep.
To make time for
this
this.
100%. But it's a commitment.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, if you were to look at, say, Talina in my office, who does it, and Kathleen and the ladies that do a ton of social, they do it religiously.
Yeah.
Right? Like, every day they're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to post this. I'm going to do that. And whether it's video, whether it's just, having some laughs along the way, they're exceptional at it. But it's focused on the real estate, and generally real estate related things, like going and doing drop offs, and, for Father's Day or Mother's Day, or Talina does her birdhouse hunt and those kind of things. They're all kind of community business driven type things. Where I think it gets more fun is when you start to have more social aspect to it. right?
Like the
Like
social
the
side of social media. Yeah.
social side of social media, right? Like, I don't mind sending those videos out on the Monday mornings anymore because I've gotten so good at talking to myself.
Hmm.
And it's the first little while I used to write scripts. Well,
Mhm.
now I'm back to writing point form because I would find that I would get off script and stumble, blah 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 blah. I don't do
You
that
were
anymore.
reading more than
I
you
was
were
reading
actually
more than I was actually doing.
talking about the topic.
Yeah, so it's kind of gotten to that point where like, okay, what's next, right? Like, so we've gotten, we've added some social to it. We've done this, and now you and I are looking at it. Okay, there's something more to this. We can do more with this,
Yeah,
right?
I think we can unpack that a little bit when we come back because I do
Okay,
have some ideas.
okay, sounds good.
Wake up to the world you've been missing. Time to jump out of bed in the morning. No day, no life, now we're living. Can you feel
Welcome
the
back to
need?
segment 3.
So
Fixing the button
here
here. Button came undone, and now I feel all.
you're on vacation mode.
I'm always on vacation mode this week.
Yeah, I
Screwed
was.
up week.
It is a weird week with
Yeah.
the holiday in the middle of the week.
Holiday in the middle of the week, plus, Independence Day is coming for the States. So where I live, which is very touristy, it's going to be chaos in Ridgeway and at the trailer. We've avoided the trailer all week. I'm not even going out there till Sunday night.
Fair.
There's just
It's
too
also been
many.
too hot though.
Oh my God. What are you going to do? Right?
Nothing.
Like
You're,
go to
you're gonna sit there in
sit on the
moss.
beach and bake and go
Yeah,
into no, I got a pool in my backyard. I don't like jump in the pool, go back in the air
and then go
conditioning if
down
I
in the
want.
basement.
Yeah, right. And hide. So but that's for another day. Jeez. Okay, so you had some ideas.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk a little bit about what's next. What would some plans for growth, some ideas for implementation,
Yep.
some just brainstorming.
Brainstorming. Okay.
So the one thing that I think I want to get you to commit to
Uh-oh.
is to start making YouTube videos on your own channel.
Oh, on my own channel.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think for me, it's one of those. Okay, I'm going to sit down because I don't know if you've seen the series of the 10 questions first time homebuyers had that I've been posting on my channel on my Facebook.
Not on Facebook, no. But I remember
So
you actually talking about this
So I
now.
did
Yeah.
10, and they're all scheduled to go out. Finish the last one, go out now. I think turning those into a video series would be really really easy. The kids are putting together because I'm using like this sample group of
Yeah, yeah,
young
young kids
people.
you have.
So they're going to now give me 10 questions for selling. If they had a house to sell, what would they need to do? So once they put those, I'll put those together as well. And they give me 10 questions and I just answer the questions how I would, treat it. So I think that that's an easy place to start with it. But I think also like doing what we said is like, posting to,
Because
the training aspect of it
I
too.
think that would be killer. I think it would be huge for your personal, I say personal, but like your broker kind of
Yep.
YouTube channel
Yeah.
to have that kind of stuff. On another note, did you see some of our YouTube stuff lately?
No, I have not.
Okay, I'll show you some of that later. Some
Good numbers.
yeah, positive signs.
Good.
Um,
I don't follow the numbers like you do on there. I post it and then I kind of
but
I
that's
forget
I
about
think
it.
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I don't
The only
like
reason I've been paying attention is just because I've been trying to look at
working and
what's
what's not.
working and
Yeah.
what's not, which is trickier. It's easier said than done.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because you could be really good on Instagram with something and it not be great on Shorts and great on Facebook and
our
that.
actual long-term videos on YouTube have been performing well.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we're getting much better numbers.
So that must just be people who are now starting to
I
um
don't know. I don't get it.
well,
Anyways,
but it could be seeing the short and then going over to the full, right?
very possible. Very
So
possible.
who knows? But
Um,
that's great to hear, right? Like
yeah,
we're not
it's
doing it for nothing,
no, it's
right?
cool. It's fun. But I've been as of lately posting some of my stuff across uh YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, like reels
Yeah.
and stories, and TikTok. And I was telling you the other day, it is insane the reach you get on TikTok
Yes.
and how quickly it moves
Yes.
and how little effort you have to put into it, if that makes sense.
So is it, and it's one thing I haven't done is I always say to Jordan, can I take those YouTube shorts and how hard is it to put on to TikTok?
Easy.
That's what she said, and I need her to sit with me.
Just download it.
Yep, and then just upload it. I'm
And then
assuming.
upload it.
Yeah, and then just
Yeah.
comment on it.
So from you, that's one thing I
Yeah,
want to like push you to do
yeah,
over like the next quarter. I know obviously time's
yeah.
limited in the day.
It's one of those things. I think that what this program splits up for us really makes that so
Yeah.
much easier to just
110%.
pull
But
those
the
and
one thing
post
I'm
them.
finding is the reason I say to post longer form to the YouTube
Yeah,
is I'm now finding that my personal YouTube stuff, I've been posting mostly shorts and it's doing okay,
yeah.
but they don't have a reason to stick around for long term. And it's like you're getting the views, you're getting them to your page, but there's not enough content to have them stick around.
Is that just because you don't have enough content created?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strictly that.
Yeah.
I have like 3 longer form YouTube videos,
Oh, okay.
right? And so what I'm now seeing, and this is kind of what I want to push you to do, is just to start hammering out YouTube videos
Yeah.
for the personal channels.
Yeah. And I'm good with that.
Because I think if we did a small commitment to say, listen, can you put out 2 YouTube videos a month?
Oh, I think that I think the one a week is
That's kind
realistic.
of what I wanted to say, but I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, I think one a week is realistic because I think once you're into, you know, I mean, there's so much content that I have already created in
Mhm,
just different
mhm.
formats, and it's just sometimes taking that. I really, really, really want to figure out now. I think I'm gonna have to buy another camera to do it. I really want to figure out how to use that room downstairs as the news board kind of the
Oh,
TV behind us, idea because I think that
because you
um
you also really want that set up with the V desks.
yeah, but if it's just me as solo down there recording something or you're down there solo recording something, I don't think you necessarily need the V desk. I think you could just pull the one desk in front of it and have this ability to, project
Like a
something
news
like a
anchor.
news anchor or something, right?
Yeah.
And then because you can superimpose that crap now, right? Like the
Right.
TV doesn't even have to be on.
So funny.
That's like the ability to just do that kind of stuff now with AI is
Yeah.
insane. I don't know if I want to go down that avenue. Like then you're getting into massive content creating stuff, but to have
I
maybe
don't know,
that.
man. There's a program I just downloaded, OBS Studio or something like that it's
Okay,
called. Or a few months ago, I downloaded it to mess with my webcam, mess with some settings,
yeah,
and it looks like that allows you to have multiple screens in its settings,
okay,
which then you can record through OBS Virtual Studio or whatever it's called,
sure.
and then that is the file that you now have.
Oh,
So it's all done through this one recording, this all like setup,
yeah,
and then plug and play.
hmm,
So then
yeah,
potentially what you would do is you'd record in that, upload it to Riverside, and clip it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's all. I mean, ultimately, there's a million. CapCut
Yeah.
would do a similar.
Yeah, but
I
I'm just
mean,
saying, like, if you wanted to utilize Riverside's pretty good.
oh, I love
And
Riverside.
it's already there. The other thing is, I don't know if you ever noticed, but you can mess around with the multiple screens on Riverside.
I know you. Yeah, I've looked at it just to see.
Yeah.
Like you could have your layout. You could just have a camera pointed at the TV, or the TV being a feed, or whatever the
Yeah,
case may be.
exactly.
Right? Like there's so many things. We use it very basically. I'll be honest with you. We
Yes.
do not, get into the what can this platform
Yeah.
do for us. So listen, I think that one a week should be the goal to start.
Do you think you can
Right?
do it?
Um, yeah, I do actually. I do because I think that having 10 weeks of those questions asked. And what I think I'm gonna
But
do
do you
now.
think you can get a long form video out of one question?
Well, how long is long form to you?
I got to assume like 7 minutes plus
Oh, easy.
out of one question.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you go on my Facebook, go on my broker record page, you'll be able to see I don't know if you know you're logged in for Facebook, but you'll be able to see the content that, I post, and it's a blurb about this long, like, that I write.
Okay, Google says long form is anything longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so we need 10
I
minutes.
would say short form, okay, short form generally tops out at 3 minutes. Long form content begins around 5 to 10 minutes,
Okay.
which is kind of what we were saying.
Yeah, so if I can get I can get those into.
I think That's 5 to 10 minutes is a good digestible window where somebody goes, "Yeah, I'll watch this.
Yeah,
I got 10 minutes on
yeah.
lunch."
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm sitting in the car
Uh-huh.
at a bridge, waiting for the boat to go by, right? Like, I think those are good timings, and I just think that I think that if you commit to doing something like that, and it doesn't have to be perfect all the time,
Uh-huh.
it's easy to get that 5 to 7 minutes out of it. Like I would I when I would first started doing those scripts that I said earlier about, I would read instead of talk.
Mhm.
Those scripts were about a page, page and a half of thing, and they would go 10, 12 minutes. 10 minutes of talking is not hard to really, really
I
get
agree with
to,
you,
right? So
especially if you have, like, a scenario or something already kind of like
yeah, like if you got this explanation and
yeah.
here's here's two examples of what has happened to me in the past.
Mhm.
That's a great way to, reinforce something that you're doing,
Yep.
right? Again, it doesn't have to be all glitz and glamour. It's, you know what, sometimes here's what you can find in a home inspection.
Mm.
Here's what,
Here is a home inspection.
well, I'm selling this house. Here's what I look for in a house that's 40 years old
Uh-huh.
versus a house that's 10 years old, right? Because
So,
it's different.
do you wanna do so for the month of July,
Okay.
I've committed to posting a reel to social
Okay.
media each day.
Oof. Okay. That's a lot for me. No,
Doesn't have to be long.
no, that's every day for me is tough.
We'll see how far I make it.
Yeah. How long did you go without working weekends?
Yeah. Well, that's actually a good question. I hadn't considered if I was gonna do weekends, but I think I'm gonna try
So
because
everything that
I think social media is worth.
I've read said 3 to 5 times a week,
Mhm.
and it really doesn't matter what day.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go every day for the sake of
Consistency.
just for the sake like,
Yep.
I'm on my phone on the weekend.
Yep.
Somebody else is gonna be on their phone.
Yep.
Um, so now into the mix, I'm gonna try to do a YouTube video.
I like that.
I'm gonna try to do 4 this month,
Okay.
so which means I have to record one for tomorrow or by the end of the week.
Yeah, by the end of the
I
weekend.
consider the week ending on Saturday.
Oh, see, that for me it's Sunday. Yeah, and it probably goes by your work
It's just
schedule.
it's the way I look at the calendar.
Oh, is it?
Sunday to Saturday to me
Yeah.
in my head.
For me, it's always been the weekend is Saturday, Sunday. So, yeah, I'm okay. I will commit to trying to do one video a week. I can probably record one tomorrow,
Yeah.
and get one in. I think one of the other things is that I gotta get away from is I'm very reliant on this beautiful thing in front of me. And that for me is a comfort thing. So the lapel mic now know I now know works really, really well. And I just got to figure out
The best
how the
setup, how you
best
like
setup
it.
and how I like to do it. So I'll do some experimenting with it. I'll pull out my mics and stuff and see. Again, it goes back to my bag of goodies. I've got my tripod that I can or my
That thing's interesting.
right.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. So
I think it'd be fun to bust it out every now and then. Like
yeah, like I've got my gimbal, right?
that's
I
what
can put my gimbal out. It
you should take
actually
that on a morning stroll.
oh, morning stroll. Who gets time for a morning stroll? Jeez Louise, I wish I did. I haven't had one of those in a long time, as you can tell. Um, so it's too hot right now to go
It
out
is
and do.
hot,
I
yeah,
don't
but
know
if you get
if
out at
anybody get.
early enough, might still be cool.
No, I was up at 5:30 this morning, and it was not cool. It was
No?
muggy and gross this morning.
Ugh.
But yeah, like I'm happy to commit to trying to do something like that, get it out on my broker record
Yeah,
page and see where it goes, because I think that the more you do these things and the more you think outside the box, the more you get creative, the more enjoyable what you do should become, right?
interesting.
Like if you're gonna get creative with something, generally creativity is something that is enjoyable.
Yeah,
Right? Like you
it
don't
fired you up.
yeah, it gets you going. So if it's not making you happy, then don't talk about it. Go do something else. Find a different way. But this seems to be working for us, so I'm gonna keep, going with it and then kind of add some other things to it. So it's just a matter of okay, gotta put it up now. I gotta go back and figure out all my broker record sign-ins and stuff like that and start getting some content up there and pulling some of it from other places.
I'm thinking you're gonna be pleasantly surprised.
I hope so. We'll see.
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
I have a feeling I'm gonna like it a lot as well.
Um, because I think you have an advantage now that you wouldn't if you were starting this a year ago?
What's that?
You've already done something like this for a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, we've got the habit and
Meaning you're gonna come at this, you're gonna record your first one, and you're gonna go, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah.
And you're not gonna it's not gonna take you
30 takes.
exactly,
No.
which is sometimes the daunting side of it,
Yeah.
right? And we, I think, had an advantage because we could say, "Dude, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fine." Whereas if you're here solo,
Yeah.
you're sitting there going, "It's gotta be better. It's gotta be better. It's gotta be better. It's gotta be perfect."
Yeah.
I stumbled for a moment. I said something instead of you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
You used
Tripped
the wrong
over my
word.
words.
Tripped over my words.
Yep.
Perfect. Whereas now I think your armor is thick and you're
Oh,
you're ready to
100%.
go. And I think
Oh.
this is gonna be really fun for you.
And I think that, you know, taking it outside of this space
Mhm.
is huge as well, right? Like when you try to you get into a comfort zone. So again, as much as I'm comfortable being in front of the camera, I'm comfortable in front of being in front of the camera with that camera right there. The computer's right here. This is here. I've created
It's
a
an
different
environment.
it's an environment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it and go outside and say, okay, I'm going to go to Ridgeway today, and I'm going to record this message from the window in Ridgeway. Drop
Yes.
my microphone
That's a
down.
very good point. There
Right?
you've essentially built a safe space.
Yeah. This is totally a safe space for me
Yeah.
to record, right? Whereas going and dropping the mic in the Ridgeway in the window, having people walk by, and you got that distraction of people literally walking by you
Mhm.
as you're sitting recording and talking to
Well,
yourself.
the other day I did a Instagram reel while I was walking down the street.
Oh, did you?
It was a hot day, so I had a hot take.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I like
And as
that.
I was walking, there was somebody walking their dog, and I was like, "Oh, better pause."
But why?
Um,
Because you didn't want them in the video, or you didn't want to offend them, or
it was a little bit of like I stumbled over my words, and I was like, I said the wrong thing. Let me restart that one. Two, being like, I don't want.
yeah,
It's just some random dude. He probably doesn't want to be in a random
Yeah.
video.
yeah. See, I would have grabbed the guy. Hey, you want to be in my YouTube video? Say hi.
But there's it's that whole extra set of it
Yeah.
of issues of things you got to deal with, which is like we're in like
It really is a safe space.
this is a safe
It's a safe
space.
space.
There's a word I'm looking for, like it's like a clean room, like
Sterile.
sterile. That's the word I was looking for. Nobody comes in here. Nobody bugs us. We know it's just us two. We have our own.
Yep, we
things
got our
where we are-
setup. We know
Yes.
what we're doing. I agree 100% with you. It's funny because I see all these people now, and it's one of the things that's driving me crazy is it's like people just found lapel mics. Everywhere I go on TikTok now, people are holding their lapel mics.
Mm.
I'm gonna do this. Folks, your lapel mic this is your lapel. This is where your lapel mic goes.
Well, I think it's stemmed from a style of video where you
I
hold
know
it
it
close
drives me
and you
freaking
talk very
insane.
quietly. And
Yeah, like put it on lapel. Do it the way it's supposed to be.
so oddly enough, I had somebody that I was Instagram messaging the other day, and he was like, "Why is your microphone so crispy? Like, why does it sound so great?"
Yeah.
And I realized, like, I don't think there's a difference in audio between my phone mic
Yeah.
and my lapel mic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, for me, the lapel mic is when I want to. I always think of it this way: use your lapel mic when the phone has to be 6 feet away from you. It's really for when you can't
Fair.
like
Yep.
if you could hold your phone, the microphone's probably exactly the same.
And you're right, because normally when I'm sending voice notes, I'm hands right at my face.
Yeah. Right.
And he messaged me. He goes, "Dude, why is your mic so good?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "Your mic is
But
fine."
the other thing with the lapel mic is you could put the wind covers and stuff on it that you
Yeah,
can't. with
yeah.
the
I guess
phone,
there's
right?
that whole
So there's,
side
I
of
mean,
it.
there's definitely some, perks to it. But I think if let's try this for the month of July. Let's see where we end up, and then let's compare notes. So let's have a challenge.
We're
Let's
gonna take our stats day one. Or
Yeah.
today.
Well, so I have 0. My broker record page has none. So I'm gonna take it from a 0 page.
But also take numbers for your personal Instagram page.
Okay.
'Cause you're going to cross post there.
Yeah, you're gonna show me how to cross post there.
Yeah.
Probably pretty easy.
But take numbers for all of that. Be like, July 2nd, I started at this many followers on my Instagram, this
Yep.
many followers on my TikTok. Like,
Yep.
let's take a look.
Yeah. And let's see
This
which
gives us a
part-
good reason to check in and a good little challenge.
Yeah.
And
So whatever we put up on
loser buys
YouTube.
lunch.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just gonna swear there. Okay, we won't have to play credit card roulette, so you can lose, which was a conversation that we had the other day. If you're ever going out with Greg and you want a free lunch, play credit card roulette with him because he never wins.
How did this come up?
Me and Jordan and Sue were talking about it.
Oh, I haven't
We were
seen.
talking about it.
I gotta call Sue.
Yeah, she'd appreciate that, I'm sure. So I think if we take that, we post whatever we post goes from YouTube. You need to post something onto your Instagram, and you need to post something onto your TikTok.
Mhm.
And let's see not only the growth if we get on ours. We'll do this as like a little experiment,
Mhm.
but we'll also turn it into a little.
I think it'll be fun.
Okay. All right, that sounds like a great place to wrap it up. Well, so starting this week, you'll see each of us post a 5 to 10 minute video on YouTube. It'll start to cross over to our Insta and our TikTok.
We're gonna become omnipresent.
Omnipresent, and we'll see who gets better numbers by the end of July.
All right, ciao.
All right, Ben.